All right, so here we have a 2007 Jeep Wrangler. The issue that the customer is having with this one is he can pump the brake up and everything works, but if he sits at a light and he's holding the brake, it slowly fades away to the bottom. So what's happening is the master cylinder is just bleeding by, so we're going to go ahead and replace the master cylinder. So the first thing that we're going to do, because brake fluid is very corrosive to paint, we're going to put some rags down. We're basically going to stuff some rags down so once we remove the lines, they'll drip on the rag. They won't get on anything else in the vehicle. So we'll go ahead and get that all set up. All right, so the master cylinder has one connection electrically to it. This is going to be for the the fluid level. So go ahead and disconnect that. All right, so we have two attachment bolts that go to the brake booster, master cylinder to brake booster. We're going to go ahead and just make sure that our lines will break free. Oh, so everything seems pretty good. It's a fairly new vehicle. All right. All right, so we'll go ahead and remove our two mounting bolts. All right, so once we removed it, the master cylinder, this is the brake booster. So there is a vacuum, this is to help assist your power brakes. We can see there's a lot of fluid built up right there. So what happens a lot of the time is that the seal on the backside of the master cylinder is leaking into the brake booster, and then that is being consumed by the engine. So we're not seeing any kind of leaks on the floor, even though we're leaking brake fluid. So that sign right there is that the backside of the master cylinder was leaking into the booster. So that's one more sign that the bleeding of pressure, and now we're actually seeing the liquid. So we'll go ahead and bench bleed our new master cylinder. All right, so here we have our new master cylinder. We're going to bench bleed it. Basically what that is we're going to prime the master cylinder. So we'll go ahead and fill up our reservoir, and we're going to go through and I'll manually, this would be where we would push the brakes. I'm going to manually push it. That would push the fluid out. I'm going to put my fingers over the line output, so that'll kind of keep a suction, so that'll help just pull fluid from one direction and push it so that we can prime the cups. Then we can take and install it in the vehicle. So this is called bench bleeding a master cylinder. All right, so we have our level pretty full there. We'll go ahead and pull off our little stoppers. We're going to put these back in after we bleed it, just so we don't drip fluid everywhere. All right, so I'm going to push, and then I'm going to stop the suction from going back with my fingers over top here. I'm going to go ahead and push it in. Now my fingers over. Again. Fingers over. Again. All right. So right now I got a real light. Now my fingers are tight over the hole. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put our little stoppers back in, just keep it from dripping. All right, so now we're going to reinstall our new master cylinder. All right, so now we have our master cylinder installed. So what I'm going to do is, first we bench bled it. So that preloads the master cylinder bore. So that has got fluid in it. The only air we have in the system still is between the fittings where we hooked it up. We still had the fluid in the lines going downward. So we just had this little bit of air right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to crack these lines. Then I have someone inside the vehicle that's going to press the pedal down very slowly, and that will pinch the air out of the top of the lines. The only other way to do it would be to take that air and push it all the way through the whole system and actually get it out at the caliper. But we're going to go ahead and just eliminate it right here. I have my towels to catch any brake fluid because it is corrosive. So we'll go ahead and do this now. We'll go ahead and open up the line just a little bit. Okay, and we'll push the pedal down to the floor and hold it very slowly, just to make sure nothing. You pressing? No, I didn't know about that. Okay, go ahead and press it down. So you can see all the air bubbling out. All the way down? Yep. All right, hold it down. And we'll go ahead and tighten our lines up. Okay, let it up. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that another 1 or 2 times till we got a good stream. All right, so now we're just going to do one pressure pump like we would do down at the wheel cylinder. We'll go ahead and push the pedal down and we'll hold it. That'll hold the pressure, and then we'll open these lines up and relieve the pressure to get any other air out. So go ahead and holding it. Holding it. Oh, see, we got a little bit of a squirt there. Okay, so go ahead and remove our rags. Now we're going to go down, we're going to lift the vehicle. We're going to go ahead and just do a regular bleed of all 4 corners at the brake caliper themselves.